a limbo. She said she not a, she in. Ooh, why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't getting too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. The children will grow, and it's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Cousins, and complete right side to Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards on the play, first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Listen to me. 51, Mike 51. Rodrigo 48. Out. Where's that? Quick dash. Come. Kill.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Cook stripped, the ball's out, and the Packers pick it up. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers looking left sideline, incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Hey, Steven. 51, Mike. What's that? Go. 51 to Mike.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. He was able to escape momentarily in the backfield, but you could just kind of tell that wasn't going anywhere.
You know, in the film session, he'll get a minus for not getting him on the ground by himself. But what the coach is really going to analyze, how fast did his teammates get there to help him? If one guy slows him up, everyone else better be there, and that's what they got on that play.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Play action now. Cousins. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Montravius Adams in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
On 2nd down, Cook. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell. And it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Brings up second and 9. At the 10-yard line.
On second and 9, Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That one covers 29 yards, first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Jones. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. On second and 11 now, Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Cousins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
A gain of 16 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Jahan, ready? Trick that ball. Jahan. Hey, Jahan.
They'll run on 1st down. Cook. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Darnell Savage on the tackle.
The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it 2nd and 7. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And Cook has it, left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Watch it. Watch it, 48. Watch it.
Back to the ground, Cook. And an alley to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
A gain of 13 yards.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Cousins to throw it. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 19-yard line.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Just like that. Hey, we're good, we're good. Oh, he's got 51. Hey, Orbit. Mike 51, Mike 51. You can't block me. You can't block me. Rhino, Rhino.
Draw play, Cousins to Cook. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. The tackle made there by Kyler Fackrell.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
50, Mike 50. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. First. Mike 50. Mike 50. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take a win.
Now Cousins. That's caught by Treadwell. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. There, no gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now, a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to chop a hole, the big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit and gain some of that confidence back. He didn't get it on that carry.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
2nd down and goal. Cousins. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now Jones fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards, a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38.
Jones. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Right now, I'm just wondering where they turn on offense, Charles. I know we're not in the 4th quarter, but 2nd quarter haven't scored and struggling to move the ball.
I don't think they abandoned the run game totally, but maybe you change up your tempos. Maybe you go a little bit faster, try and catch them back on their heels a little bit to try and accomplish what you want to get done.
On 2nd and 11 now, Rodgers. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Open man is Allison, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run it with Jones. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Vikings 39-yard.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Open here is Allison, that's complete. And he's got room. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
One back in the game, that's Jones, 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Blue 58. Mike 54. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Forced out. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. Cousins now from the 50. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 29-yard line. Cousins now to throw on first down. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tremont Williams. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Packers take over first and 10.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Brings up second and 10.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
That happened. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Kenny Clark, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Green 18. Eat. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And Adams has it, complete. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
Here we go.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Rodgers now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. It's caught outright by Graham. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
On play action, Rodgers. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
So that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30. Rodgers now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
319.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go. Let's do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
On play action, Cousins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Mike 50, Tighten up.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Hey, 88. 54, right there. 54.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Throwing now is Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Geronimo Allison, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Cousins. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. They go play action. Cousins. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Dan Bailey for the Vikings field goal. A 55-yard attempt.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Again, it's Jones. And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Throwing is Rodgers. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Pulled in at the 24. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
All right, zero rooting interest in it, but that one hurt.
Well, yeah, you're losing in the fourth quarter. A bad time for a fumble on a punt return.
They had an opportunity. All right, they were sensing. They're down on the scoreboard, and now they just gave that one up.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Running right, Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
At the 36-yard
Break
line.
that in. 319. You don't know no better. 319.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now it's Rodgers. Keeps himself upright. Buying time, and time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Linval Joseph in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The throw over the middle taken in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. A 1st down throw for Cousins. It's caught by Treadwell. A gain of 6 there on 1st. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Preston Smith in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
3rd and 10.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Hey, I-7.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 43. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games but only led the Vikes to just 1 fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins, and he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Cousins. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
50. Mike 50. Big stop, kid. Hey, Delta. Go. Hey, Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Hey.
Cousins to throw for it on fourth. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And that will force a turnover on downs. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moved.
Touchdown, Packers! Aaron Jones, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Now Crosby for the point after. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
Next to score is 24. Vikings 3. Mason Crosby set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. First down, here's Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Cousins the thrower. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Cousins. This is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football.
Let's go.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Kenny Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 13-yard line.
218, chop.
First down,
From the red zone now, Cousins. And it's caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. got the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 24-10. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. They find some open field here. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and they are going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
On second down, Cousins again. And Cook has it, left side. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards on the play, first down.
A gain of 15.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 14. Oh, nice move. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35.